Hey, what's happening? Raz here on Nalio Gaming. In this video, we're checking out Forever Skies on PlayStation 5 Pro. We're jumping right in. Alright, so we have single player co-op settings and credits. Real quick, I do want to let you know I was provided with a game key thanks to the awesome team at Far From Home Games. Forever Skies is a first-person post-apocalyptic survival game. Play it solo or in co-op and return to Earth, ravaged by an ecological disaster. Build, fly, upgrade, and customize your high-tech airship. Craft tools and scavenge resources to survive. Face dangers on the surface and hunt for viruses to cure a mysterious illness. Game can be played single-player and online co-op. I've been playing for a handful of days. This game is absolutely fantastic. I hope you stick around, watch a little bit of gameplay. In this video, I'm going to show you what the best way is to kind of get started. The first hour and a half of gameplay. In case you get stuck, you can reference the video. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and jump right in with some single player. Year 2637, Space Station Ark, the last bastion of humanity.
All systems operational. Commencing launch sequence.
The virus in your blood is starting to activate. You need to find a cure. For all of us.
Engaging maneuvering thrusters. Good luck. The previous expedition was lost. We only know their last reported location.
Track them down and find a cure. Come back.
Communication lost. Resource compartment lost. Brake system failure. Control lost. Initiating emergency landing procedure.
A little late for that. All right.
Emergency landing procedure
So
completed.
you're going to want to pick up the family photo. Then go ahead and read the data pad. Distress signal. After months of silence, Sagittarius 2 sent a distress signal and fell silent again. This is our only chance. No one knows what awaits you there. But if there is a chance that they have found a cure, then maybe we can survive. Find the cure for the Gray Plague at all costs. The fate of us all depends on you, the Ark. So we've been sent down on a rescue mission of sorts, but not only to maybe rescue the crew that came down before us, but also to hopefully help find a cure to this Gray Plague that they're dealing with on the space station.
We arrived at the source of the signal.
Return to Earth. So we're back at Earth. Now, if you play the demo, then you're going to be familiar with some of the things, but a lot is different from the demo. Anyone that played and completed the demo, if you still have your save file, then you can actually use a unique paint skin to decorate your airship. It's kind of like a special thank you for everybody that played the demo from the developers. So yeah, if you have your save file on the platform that you played, either PlayStation or PC, and you get and play the full version, then you'll be able to use that special paint skin in the full game, which I think is super cool. It's the true blue finish paint skin, and yeah, I'm really glad that they decided to kind of give us a little gift for completing the demo.
Symptoms of a virus activity detected. Check your health regularly.
All right, so I'm going to handle this a little different than if I were playing. I'd be wanting to collect every single bit of loot, and that's not the point of this video. I want to just show you the most important things to get started. I'll loot along the way when I have to, like when things are obvious, because there will be some crafting involved. But I basically just want to show you the important things so you don't miss anything to get set up and started. You know, I'll get you to a comfortable place. It's all gone to hell. Everything has screwed up since we went down there. Our immunity is decreasing. We are getting sicker and running out of energy. Our equipment is malfunctioning. And then there's this Noah situation. We should never have sent this expedition. Our place is on the space station. The power blew out again and the door is locked. I'll check if the beacon tower has a compatible battery. So these are all going to be notes from the crew that was down here before us. And Noah is obviously causing problems for everybody else. Okay, grab this battery, jump down, put the battery in.
New radio message received.
Undelivered message. All right, so we didn't get the cure, but we found out that 400 years ago, before the calamity, research was conducted and something was discovered. We came down under the dust, and we were so close. That's when it all started going to hell. Noah went crazy and started hearing voices. That bastard stole all our data and airship and broke our equipment. He left us to die and fled to his hideout at the greenhouse tower. He's dangerous as all hell. The communication ports are not working. They are blocked by something from within, but we can't determine what. It's as if this world doesn't want us to let us send messages. So we gotta find Noah's greenhouse. That's the whole point of this early part of the game. All right, so we use the computer. We put the battery in, jump back down. Now the door is unlocked. All right, so this right here is important. Take the suit printer.
The installation of the printing module has been completed.
All right, and then we need the extractor, broken extractor. Okay, so once you get the broken extractor, we're obviously going to need to fix it. Noah's madness. It's all because of this damn dust. Noah heard voices. He was mumbling about nature surviving everything, even the fall of the world. He said he knew what to do so we could return to Earth again. He wanted us to help him, to follow the voices in his head. Lunatic. We locked him in a cell for his own good, but the bastard hid the extractor and ran off while everyone was asleep. So that's not Noah, that's just one of the crew members that perished. Alright, so after that, head up these stairs. There's one there, there's one there. And there's another part right there. Okay, so we need to go now to our suit printer. Second tab over. And we need to craft the extractor. Just hold X. As long as you picked up a couple of the machine parts on the way and the broken extractor, you can craft it. Now it's on the quick bar at the bottom. It's the one all the way to the left. We have the picture here, and then the extractor. So anything that has the sheen to it, the shine, you're able to take down, and when you take something down that's shining like that, you're able to collect the parts from it, whatever it's made of. So come back here toward where you came from, and then there's a couple more here. Oop. And as you get more materials and find more data pads, and you're going to get more recipes for more items to craft. Here's our airship. This is just the very, very start of an airship. It's just the basics of it. It's tiny. And right now you see everything floating around and flying around us. This is where you're going to get a lot of materials, right? So everything like that, that's shining, you can shoot. These scaffoldings on all the buildings, those will give you metal parts. I wouldn't worry too much about metals, because you're going to get a device that actually farms metal for you. It's like this right here. This is a fishing device that basically gets you food, and then there's going to be one that fishes for metal as well. It's similar. These ones that I'm looking at here, these will recharge this this extraction device. So if you see the bottom right corner, when you shoot the long cylinder ones that are floating, you get more energy for your extraction. Everything else will give you different materials. So these right here will give you synthetics. You see at the middle left side of the screen, they'll give you synthetics. And you can farm, as much as you want right from the beginning, but for the most part, I suggest early on, just farm what you need. right? Just only farm what you need. Don't really spend too much time. These things take forever. That gave me 10 synthetics. All right, so then these right here, these flat panels, these will give you silicone. And these right here will give you metals. But like I said, metals you get wicked easy. And then our extractor is getting low on charge again, so this cylinder looking thing with the blue, I'm going to shoot it, and you see bottom right corner, it charges it up. So that's kind of how that loop goes. And then you also have these blue cylinder type things that will charge up your extractor on these different towers. Okay, another data pad. Airship to-do list. So I've been building a new airship for 2 months since that bastard Noah got away with our equipment. If only my workshop hadn't collapsed, I would already have the airship engine research completed. Okay, so somebody was working on this airship. That's why it's sitting here from our the original crew that came down here. Okay, so we have another battery here. Another data pad. Blueprint research. I managed to repair the research station. There are a few old blueprints preserved on the memory card, but the most important one is the scanner. It is necessary to complete research and craft new items. After that, it should scan certain objects in the world so we can acquire more data for blueprint research. So the scanner is important because that's how we find new recipes. Take the research station, and you gotta take this, crouch, and then go back to the airship and just put it inside, anywhere you want inside that is convenient for you. Okay, and then it needs a battery, and we picked up 2 batteries, so we already have it. Okay, once you do that, you see this has recipes as well as your suit printer. Your suit printer has its own recipes, and then this research station will give you other recipes. Okay, so this device here, the device fabricator, is kind of like your suit one. So the device fabricator can make different important tools and things like that, and then your suit one can also make other important tools and such. So we're gonna research this one first. Okay, so while that's, I always try to do something whilst these machines are working. So the machine's working, so I'm gonna run back over here and just grab what I can in the meantime. Everything seems to take, it goes pretty quick, much quicker than it did in the demo. Oh, we already read that. So basically the way I like to do it is I just like to take the different buildings or rooms on these towers one at a time, clear it, and then move on. Obviously do it the way you want, but that's kind of the most convenient way I feel. Okay, those are giving us metals, and then this will give us glass. Okay. And then glass is really, really important. Okay, so now we need to suit. Empty bottle. Okay, so go back to this here. Now we need to get the repair patch. We're going to research that. We want to make the device fabricator, so I need synthetic compounds. Now, my suit can also make the synthetic compounds from these synthetics that I pulled out of the sky, out of the air floating around with that tool. So go ahead and make some of these. And then you saw here the repair patch finished, the blueprint finished, so now we got that. So I'm going to make 5 of those. They come at 5 at a time. So now we go back to the suit printer, and I have enough to make the device fabricator. So it's on the bottom on the quick bar, so now I can place it where I want.
Risk of dehydration.
And as soon as you do that, you get the risk of hydration alert. Okay, so we needed a water condenser and a water purifier. These definitely go way quicker than they did in the demo. And this can go outside. These can go outside. This can go inside. This right here, anything that looks like this can be patched. So those little bottom middle of the screen, the patches, you can press R2 if you're on PlayStation and heal anything that
Risk of starvation.
looks like it needs to be fixed. Now I got risk of starvation and risk of hydration. Okay. Water purifier. This is in the bottom quick bar. We'll put that on the wall. Okay, so we need a filter for this. Okay, we need more of these synthetics. Back to this, to the extractor. And we need synthetics. As soon as they start flashing, you can start scanning them. As long as you got line of sight on it and it's close enough, you'll be able to pull it out of the, get the parts from it. And then, see, I used all the charge. What do? I can't shoot that right now. So you hold L2 on PlayStation, and you can manually charge it. And then once you get enough, you can shoot one of these, and you got a full charge again. All right, that should be enough for now. Okay. Okay, we need this condenser membrane filter. I love how quick this is.
Printing completed.
All right, you put this in. That'll spin up. It'll pull water out of the air. So while that's working, we're going to go over here. And I'm going to take the empty bottle. I should have scanned it, but let's pull out the scanner here. Let's see. Do I have the scanner yet? No, I don't. Ooh, getting ahead of myself. There it is. We have enough materials to make the scanner. This is, besides the extractor, the scanner is probably the second most important. So we're making water. This is getting us the blueprint. And while that's working, we can go grab some more materials. I don't really like to sit idle, you know? It's pointless. Okay, so now we can take a look. Okay, we need an electric cooker. So we need more synthetics. Some more of the round ones. It has it pulls, like there's a magnetism. It's like you aim and it kind of aim assist kicks in, you know. That should be enough. No? So we could probably make some with our suit printer. Yes, we can. Okay, that should be enough. Now we go back here, make the electric cooker. While that's finishing.
Printing completed.
Alright, so now we'll put the cooker down, bottom bar, and we'll just put that right out of the way, right here, in front of the... Okay, so this is ready to be used for fishing, for food, and all we need is a lure. Simple insect lure.
Printing completed.
So grab that lure, open up the container, put it on, back out, and then lower lure. Hold square on PlayStation, and now it's fishing. See, it's fishing down. This might collapse this building. Yep. Oh, we caught something on our fishing line, which is good because we're hungry. So we pull it up with square. There it is. So we got ourselves a dust moth. Okay, now we need to cook it. So in order to cook it, we need water. So we're going to do this. How are we going to do this? Because we need water to drink. Okay, I got an idea. We need more water. So let's do this. Let's make another one of these.
Printing completed.
All right, so let's get our first amount of water is dirty water. You don't want to drink it. You got to put it through the purifier. Okay, while that's working, we're going to put the new filter in here to get some water because you need water to boil the moth. It's like kind of a dance back and forth in a way. It's kind of interesting the way it works. You get used to what does what. Let's see. So we researched the scanner. Now we need to make a scanner, right? Here we go. We got all the parts and we have the battery. Okay, so now we have one at the bottom.
The preliminary analysis started. Analysis completed. Detected new objects requiring scanning.
Okay, so now we have the scanner. You see our objectives on the left side of the screen. You know, they updated. We have optional ones and we have the main ones. So let's go ahead and let's move a few things. We're going to put our scanner in the second slot. I like to put my patches at the end slot. And then we have our first aid, and then food and water. Okay. What else can we research? Storage. Alright, so we got the water for the food. Okay, so now for the electric cooker, you put the water in the bottom slot. You put the food, the raw food, dust moth, in the top slot. Press square to boil, and it'll boil it. Our water is now clean that we're going to drink. So we can press square to use it. Alright. Water purification completed. Optional objective. And then, in the meantime, we'll put this down for another bit of food. And let's take the scanner out and let's start scanning stuff. Alright, so now you can take out the dust moth and put it in your inventory, or you can eat it. See in the bottom left corner of the screen, I need to eat now. So we're going to hold square, and we're good now. Alright, so next up is an engine for our aircraft. We need to scan this. And now we need engine fuel. Okay, complete engine and fuel. Okay, we can scan this. What else can we scan? Oh, there we go. Metal wall. I think that's it for this room. Scan all this stuff.
Calories level is decreasing.
We got, this is bouncing. If it's bouncing, that means we caught something. Hold square, picks it up. Now we can put another moth in there. We got water still, so let's boil that. Okay. Continue scanning stuff. Hey, buddy. Okay, we have one of our crewmates. And this is Zen. And our first aid kit. What else do we got? Anything? Another data pad. Obtaining food and water. We are running out of food and water supplies. If only we had a few pots from those leafy radio towers. I had to think of another way. Alright, I'm just looking for anything else that I can scan. Here we go. Destroyed a modeling device. A device used to create and modify models of organisms based on DNA. Helpful in finding a creature or plant with certain characteristics. This unit is damaged and will never work again. It has a destroyed processor and a ripped out data drive. It looks like someone did it on purpose. And that would be Noah. Noah destroyed their device for whatever reason. Alright, let's go up. Square climbs the ladder on PlayStation. And another battery for us. Anything else up here? I don't believe. Okay, so it says the main mission is complete engine and fuel research, right? We're going to backtrack real quick. Back toward where we started. And I want to scan our crewmate. This is Esther. And I want to scan this artwork. And it's Noah's drawing. So anytime we see this type of artwork, we know Noah's been there, right? It's this white style of drawing. Take a look over here. And scan the computer. Just want to double check, make sure there's nothing up here I'm missing. Well, it should be good. I think that's pretty much everything. Now we are going to move forward. Okay, we're going to lower this for food. Let's see what else we got for research. Engine and fuel, okay. We're going to make we're going to research for the engine. Grab our filter. Put the filter on there. Let it make some water for us. Okay, we can now print an engine and synthetic fuel. Engine, fuel. So we need synthetic compounds and synthetics for, so we can make the fuel. Let's go get some, we can make some synthetic compounds with our suit. See if that's enough. We need one more. So I gotta scan a couple more things. I mean, not scan, but extract a few more out of this guy. A few more of the round ones. Alright, that should be enough. Let's see. Yeah, that should be enough. Nope. Oh, yes it is. Yes it is. I need to use my suit printer to make it. That should be enough now. There we go. Engine. And I like to have 2 engines, so it doesn't take us forever to get to our location. So I need a couple more synthetics. Alright. Back to our suit printer. Okay, we got 1 engine. Let's try to make a second one. Yes. Alright, so
Printing completed.
I like to put the engine in a place where I can reach it easily from the catwalk. This is the catwalk. Right? So obviously we need to put it on the side somewhere. Now there's 2 different ways you can actually set up how you place things. Gameplay, and then there is legacy mode and normal mode. Normal mode's the new mode. I like legacy mode. It's going to be your personal preference, what you decide on. L2 gives you the grid, right? And then L2 again will make it snap and just place wherever you kind of put it, right? Now there are ways to, like, it's a little finicky. I will admit that it's a little finicky, but you can get it done if you finagle it. Okay, so we can place it right here. Even though it's not the best placement, we can place it right there.
Speed increased.
Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. For now, that will work. Doesn't need to be fancy at the start.
Maximum flight speed increased.
And now we need fuel. We need to make some more fuel, right? Synthetics. Trying to go like as quick as possible because I know that nobody wants to watch a 3-hour video. You want to just get into the action. I get it. So I'm going as quick as I can. So okay, so now we need to make some more fuel. All right, so let's put this first tank of fuel. You open it up and then you place the fuel inside and you're good to go. Okay, so we are ready to go. Finish building the airship. That's checked off. Now it wants us to depart the location and find Noah's hideout. R1 on controller makes you lift up. L1 will make you go down. R2 is forward. And L2 is reverse.
Mission started. Find a cure for the virus. Send it to the space station. Save humanity.
Save humanity. So we need to find Noah's location. Now, see these flat panels?
Location reached.
These are pretty important, right? So if you see them floating around, take a second and grab them. Or they're also like that. Come on, there we go. Okay, so they're all over the place. You just gotta look for them and find them, right? But they are important, so it's worth taking a second to grab them. The silicone. So we reached our location. This is it's just a radio tower. And because my fishing lure and everything is on the right side, I like to leave it on the right side just because it's easier for me to park or like land my ship. And what I like to do is just always make sure I'm hanging over the edge so that the fishing pole will continue to fish. Because if there's metal underneath it, like a platform or catwalk or whatever, it won't fish, right?
Uncharted area. The preliminary analysis started.
See?
Analysis completed. Detected new objects requiring scanning.
Okay. Small storage box. Let's finish that. Okay, so you see, you think I may have screwed up, right? Oh no, what can I do? I can't get back up. What you can do is you can press and go to the main menu and then go to unstuck. That'll put you back in your ship, right? And then it's not letting me go down any further. So we're gonna reposition. Okay, I was stuck on that little bit of metal that was kind of hanging out. And like I said, I want to make sure that my fishing lure is off the edge, so we'll just go over here. That's good. Eventually, we can get a clear floor, and you can look down while you're I call it parking, while you're landing your ship, and you'll be able to see how close you are. So you don't want to come in hot and damage your vehicle, your ship. All right, so we're going to put the scanner back on, and we're going to scan things. That's what the scanner does. It scans things. Bird bath. Okay, there's dirty water in it. We don't want to drink the dirty water, but we could collect it and put it through the filter. Okay, all these towers they usually have a battery. Okay, That's pretty much it for that. Now you can jump off a tower, but you never want to jump off more than like one flight, right? Because if you do, you're gonna get hurt. Okay, so next to this bird bath here is this dead body with a flashlight.
Hydration level is decreasing.
So we're gonna have to eat soon. Okay, so our first artifact. Ukrainian pot. Decorated with patterns from traditional folk culture. So there's a vendor later on. Spoilers, sorry. But yeah, there's a vendor, and you can interact and trade in collectibles like that. Basic research part. So that's a new item. And that will allow us to research different new items. Just checking real quick, make sure I'm not missing anything. So that building is clear. Now we got these silicone flats that I was talking about. I just call them flats. But you got silicone. And then after you take out the two panels, they collapse. We'll clear it, and then we will head back to the ship and get something to eat. Mini fridge, nothing inside. Okay, transformer. That's a new item. Okay, anything else? Oh, look at that. Synthetic fuel. You always want to check like every little corner, because I've found a lot of stuff just hiding in corners. Repair patch. Nothing else up here. Down there. Electrical parts. Electrical elements. Those are important. Okay, second floor. And we have here an old, busted up airship. As you see, it's all dilapidated. And we can scan this here. I was talking earlier about the machine that's going to fish for metal, just like the fishing lure is. Well, this is it. Once we make that, it'll fish for metal parts for us. It's actually pretty cool. Metal collector head. That's the magnet you need for that. And then
The tool's battery discharged.
okay, so that's a problem. So our scanner battery discharged, right? Right as we were about to scan something important. So we're going to head back to the ship. We're going to eat, and then we got to come back here before we leave. Okay, so we got to eat something. There's a moth waiting to be eaten. So we eat that. May as well make a fuel while we're here. Do we have that storage yet?
Printing completed.
I thought I made a storage. I guess not. Yeah, I guess not. We can make that metal collector.
Calories level is decreasing.
So we'll blueprint that. Need some water. And we need this food as soon as it's ready. Come on. There we go. So the food is almost ready. We just need to cook it. Okay, we need a tool chart. So that's the next blueprint we need. We're going to make the tool charger, and that will recharge our scanner. We could just make a new scanner and make a second one, but I'd rather just make the charger. Okay. Tool charger, I need synthetic compounds, of course. So back to our suit printer. Synthetic compounds. Okay, so we need more rounds. We need more round ones. Alright, this is a pretty good spot. We got a lot of stuff coming by us. Oh, we got a flat. I always try to get the silicon flats when they come by, just because early on they seem to be the kind of the hardest material to come across is silicon. And you need it for a few different things. Okay, that should be enough. So we can have this, go back to our suit printer. Okay, that should be enough. Now we can make the tool charger. I just love how quick this prints. It is brutally long in the demo. Okay, we got the tool charger. We'll make the metal collector.
Printing completed.
Do I have another bottle? Empty bottle. I need more synthetics. More rounds. Look at the flat. I'm out. Like when I played my first playthrough for this 1.0 version, I farmed up a bunch of this stuff early on, but because for the sake of the video, I'm not spending a lot of time farming. A few minutes, obviously I need some parts, but I spent like a good half hour farming up materials. Alright, so now we can go back to the printer and make a second bottle. Empty bottle. Okay, we got that now. So now we can take this dirty water. Now we have one for dirty water and one for clean water. Okay? And the food is ready for us to eat it. Okay, and we need a new lure because this one is finished. Is that... Yep.
Printing completed.
Okay. We got that, we got that. Okay, now we'll set up our metal bin. Come on. What are you doing? What are you doing? There we go. It was backward. My bad. My bad. Now we got to put our magnet on it. And then it'll go fish for metal for us. While this is fishing for moths for us and other things, lettuce and everything else it grabs. You get into a groove. Okay, so now we need to place the tool charger. I like to place it on the ceiling. And then put the... We need a battery for it. Okay, so we gotta put the battery in hand. Whoa, why is it not? So then we need a battery for it. So put the battery there. And then... Put the device in the tool charger and it charges it up. Takes a few seconds. Once that scanner finishes, then we can go finish scanning. Bottle the clean water. Okay, so now we have 5 clean water and we have an empty bottle waiting for the next round of dirty water. We need a new filter. I'm constantly making these filters. Get used to making a lot of filters because you just kind of have to. Okay, and now what I like to do is kind of get organized. Okay, we got fuel, we got parts. Okay, so we need a storage container We need synthetics and machine parts. Okay. Suit printer. Machine parts. See if that's enough. We need 2 more synthetics. We need 2 more, so I need some more rounds. A flat. And we got some big rounds coming. Oh, they're going. All right. Almost fell off there. Okay. And you see we have a bed that was
Printing
already
completed.
in our thing ready. We need some more synthetics, some more rope. We're getting a storm soon. It's yeah, it's coming in. It's raining pretty good. Oh yeah, you can't even see the things floating right now. It is storming. Jeez. Dirty water. Put that in the filter. Soup. Now we can make our bed.
Printing completed.
Okay, I'm going to move this now with L1. You hold L1 and then you can drag it. Put the storage up here out of the way. And then I'm going to put the bed. Bed right there, so you can still reach everything. Okay, and once our energy gets low, you can go to sleep. Okay, what's next? Okay, we can grab our scanner from the charger. Okay, we can grab this pot and put that aside so it's out of the way. And then anything else we can put into our storage. Any items like this that I'm going to be using later, I can put into storage. Actually, picture you can put on the wall. Okay. Now our scanner is charged. Pretty dark. Where was that? Upstairs? Oh yeah, it was upstairs. It was right here. This is what we were doing. And this is our radar. So now we're gonna have a radar so we can see what's around us for buildings and different locations. Everything else here is been scanned, and so we're basically good to go. Let's make another filter while we're waiting if we can. Synthetics need more. Okay, so let's see. Airship builder. Furniture fabricator. Solid state battery. Flashlight. That's one we need. We need copper though. Electric elements. Location. Okay, so we need electrical elements. 1. Suit printer. So for that, you need silicon, which we have in machine parts. Now we can research it. See the metal that this is fishing? Pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, we got enough to make the flashlight and this. No, we don't. We need synthetics and copper. That's right. Look at all this stuff flying. The storm kicked up a bunch of stuff. Flat. Come on, out of range. How is that out of range, but that isn't? That doesn't even make sense. Come on. Don't mess with me, game. There we go. These big clusters take longer, but they give you 10. Last cluster. I wanted to get a good chunk there. That worked out nice. Okay, that worked out real nice. Okay.
Printing completed.
We need copper for that. Okay, radar. We need electric elements and transformer. We have a transformer, I thought. Oh, we used it. We used it to make... That's right. We used it to... Sometimes the blueprints require certain things to get the blueprint finished. I just put a new battery in there. Alright, we got food waiting for us. And the metal collector is full.
Printing completed.
Alright, so we're done here at this tower, but we still need that radar so we can see where we're going to be heading towards. Electric elements, transform. I don't think I can make a transformer, can I? Let's see. Transformer, copper, I don't have. Okay. Look at all this stuff. So I'm thinking...
Calories level is decreasing.
Okay, we need water now, so we'll use the clean water this time. Research, craft that airship builder tool. Really? This is going pretty good as far as the amount of stuff that's in the sky. I mean, it's usually pretty good, but this is really good. Airship builder tool. We already did that. We need to make one now. Airship builder. We need solid state battery and electric elements, okay? We need one more electric element, which is machine parts and silicon. So we need silicon, right? Yeah, we need more silicon. So we need flats. We need some flats. I can always go fly out there and get some flats if I need to. There's one. Where is it? I thought I saw one pretty close by. Electric parts, silicone. We got 2. So we need 6. So we got 2. All right, yeah, let's go get some, let's go find some. Let's go find some. Right in front of us is one. Where else is there gonna be some? Head this way and see if we can find. Looking for flats. There's some. There's 2 sets right in front of me. Three sets. It's good. It's good. Oh yeah, there's a bunch around here. Going away or coming towards us? Coming towards us. Okay, that's it for silicone we need. So we need electric elements. There we go. Airship builder. We just made it. Okay, next task. Use the airship builder to build 2 catwalks on the airship outside. Okay, 2 catwalks. So L2 and then R1 catwalk. Let's go like that and like that. Hey, that was good. Wow. There's another one right there. So this is anywhere like there you see them on the ground, like these, you'll probably see them flying in the sky more frequently because it seems like that area has them, so it makes sense for them to be flying around more as well. At least that's how it makes sense to me. Okay. Next up, it wants us to build the metal collector device and place it on the catwalk. We did that. We did that. Can I just, Can I just move it? I don't think I can. I think it actually makes me build it. Yeah, I think it actually will make me build it. Yeah, it'll make me refabricate one. That's too bad. Metal collector. We needed machine parts and synthetics.
Printing completed. Printing completed.
All right, we got another one here. I'm just gonna put it here. All right. Next task: research and build the location radar device. We need electric elements and a transformer. Okay, we need copper. Alright, so to get copper, save the game real quick. Okay, let's go find some copper. Now, if you find any windmills, electric windmills, you can usually find copper in those. Have we been to this one? Let's see. Let's see if we've been to this one. Don't believe we've... I don't think we've been to this one. No, I don't believe we have. So we may as well stop here. See what we can find real quick. Okay, make sure I got 3 patches on me. I have 2. Okay, we got enough of those now. And the reason for the patches is these here. You'll find broken chests in different areas, and you need 3 patches for each one. Okay, and then make sure when you open it that you have your scanner out to scan any new items. Old canned water. And then scan the chest itself if it hasn't yet been scanned. Alright, we're going to go up this little tower here. Oh, trash can. Synthetics in the trash. Same here. Oh my gosh! That was so close. That was so close. I almost fell off. Good thing I saved recently. Another thing you could do is if you saved recently and you fall off something, just quickly press pause and do unstuck, and it'll place you back inside your ship. Look at this, another one of these headsets. So maybe, if I haven't been to this specific tower yet, this is just another opportunity to scan the flashlight. Like, basically, if you saw, I went to that last radio tower, and it was set up pretty similar to this one. So, until you actually scan that and make a flashlight, the game's going to give you opportunities to find it again. Another battery, good. Again, we could fall 1 story without taking damage. Any more and you can die. Where's the ladder? Did I walk right by it? Oh, it's... Okay. Let's do it this way. Alright, let's check over here real quick, see if there's anything in these lockers. There's probably not going to be too much here. Yeah, there's not going to be too much here. It's just a repeat tower. Like I said, to make sure I got the flashlight, and that's really a couple other items, and that's really it. This one's separated. That's interesting. Alright, so that one's separated. There was one below us somewhere, wasn't there? Right here. Bottle dirty water. Okay. Get the glass. Oh, here we go. Another collectible. Clock on the wall. Repair patches. Alright, so yeah, I would normally grab that glass, but for the sake of time, I'm not going to. And here we go. Disappointed goddess. All of our efforts were in vain. The offerings were insufficient. The storms only confirm this. They call us thieves and idiots, but they just don't see. What is it? What did she just say? I didn't hear what she said. But they just don't see the obvious truth. Poor souls. The insults of the disbelievers are nothing to the wrath of the goddess. We do this for their sake. So people were, people were making altars and doing all sorts of weird... Jeez. Yeah, okay. They were trying to appease the goddess. Oh, look at that. You can scan the moth swarm. What else we got? Oh, glass wall. Thought I had already done that. Insect lure. Oh, nice. Filter. Oh, nice. I needed the transformer. Nice. So now I don't have to find copper. Well, that's good. So that's what I was looking for. Alright, so that's it for everything down here, I believe, right? Yeah, we're good to go. We have everything we need. And another quick trick you can do is if you want to get back to your ship real quick, just do the unstuck. And that's it. You're inside your ship. Real quick, we're going to fly over to this other little island. This is detached. so I can see what's in here, if anything. Airship damage, that's fine. Use our patches. Figure out where it's damaged. Part is damaged. Oh, here we go. Front floor. That's all. See if there's anything in here for us. Kind of strange looking shack.
Calories level is decreasing.
There's really nothing in here. Oh, we got the green dream. We tried to grow our garden as much as possible, relying on supplies from the greenhouse. Relying on supplies from the greenhouse will kill the naive sooner or later. We have to be self-sufficient, otherwise we won't survive. Okay. So there's nothing in this hut except for that note. Interesting. They had a big old garden here, but there doesn't seem to be anything left behind for us. And look at that. Look at that. Oh, we got a bunch of stuff here. No. No. But we will take this. It's too good to pass up. Give me that silicon. Let's see if there's anything left up here. Oh boy. My airship is preventing me from going up any further, but I don't think there's anything up here, to be honest. No, there's nothing up here. There's nothing left. Okay, we're stuck, so I'm gonna unstuck. And research and build the location radar. Okay, so we gotta do the radar now.
Printing completed.
And once you do that, you're going to put that in a slot down bottom. And then you're going to put it on your windshield or wherever you would like. Okay, fly to Noah's last known location marked on the radar, which is right next to us, which is awesome. So it'll be an orange exclamation point on the map. If you get close to it, you can see. Jeez, that scared the crap out of me. I don't know why that startled me.
Rest is recommended.
Rest is recommended. We are on a mission. I don't got time to rest, lady.
Unknown location reached.
Coming in hot. All right. Noah's last location. Noah's last location. Marked with the graffiti. Artwork, whatever you want to call it. Okay.
Uncharted area. The preliminary analysis started.
Copper.
Analysis completed. Detected new objects requiring scanning.
Okay, fuel. Nice. Fuel's good. Basic research. And another basic research. Kind of whack. kind of blah. Few items, that's fine. Okay, going up into the greenhouse now. Now, I would normally take all this glass, and I suggest you do too. This is a great place for glass. Okay, so once you're in Noah's greenhouse, too damn high. The greenhouse tower collapsed like a house of cards. The concussion destroyed its foundation, and dust swallowed it up like the rest of the world. And in front of me grew this huge barrier that was never here. Is nature trying to defend itself? But from what? After all, am I on her side? From the research computer, I managed to recover the airship walls blueprint. The research parts inside the container will be useful here. This will give me a flat surface to mount the turbine device on so that I can fly over the blockade. Okay, so he's talking about the turbine. That's what gives you verticality, up and down movement. Okay, we got our computer here. Or a computer here, I should say.
Encrypted data ready for research.
Metal wall, balloon expansion. Okay. Check up here real quick, see if there's anything left. Let's see. Yeah, all right. A couple little things here. And that's it. And then, like I said, take all the glass.
Risk of dehydration. Dehydration. Critical condition.
Yeah, if you're sleeping and you get a dehydration or food warning, it'll wake you up. Alright, we're maxed out on our energy, bottom left corner. We are full on our inventory. Let's go ahead and pack away a few things. Let's see, what do we got? One battery left. If you press L2, it'll stack things that you already have. It'll move them over for you. Let's see, what else can I put over there? Okay, good enough. Complete the metal wall research. Find the Windfarm location, lower landing site with airship wreck. Okay, another exclamation point. Alright, so now we can use the builder. And we can make another room. That's right. That's right.
Maximum flight speed reduced. Maximum flight speed reduced.
Back to the build menu, room. Okay. Did I put that backward? No, that's right. That's right. That's right.
Maximum flight speed increased.
All right, metal walls. You need copper and metal. All right, so hold L1 to move, and put it wherever you want. Now we got tons of room, right? You don't have to be all stuffed up in the front. All right, so we're going straight ahead. Oh, we need to put gas in our, or fuel in our engines. We got 82 or 62. Might have been the 6th. Full speed ahead. And I can't help it but go by, and you kind of got to, you know, got to take these opportunities to grab the silicon. Oh, we gotta go far left. I'm flying through a mess. I might get stuck in here. Yeah, I might have to come back out. Yeah, we gotta go back out. That was close. Wait, I'm not gonna be able to fly over this. I'm gonna have to go around it. Yeah, because I can't get any more height. What the heck? Can I make it through here? Maybe? Oh, let's go for it. Nope. Sure can't. Dang it. What the heck? Ship was damaged. Find the wind farm location, lower landing site with airship wreck. This is going great. Well, at least I just demonstrated how much damage you can actually endure. So this is obviously some kind of a wall of stuff, you know? And at this point, we can't get any higher. So I think I gotta go around or something. I don't know. I definitely can't go in this way. Oh, now it's showing this way, straight ahead. What is... Okay, now it wants me to go this way. So I'm looking for big, like, you know, like a wind farm, electric wind farm. So there's going to be big turbines. Once you start seeing the big turbines, you know you're near the wind farm. We're getting close. I see the flashing lights. 2 flashing lights. They're white. What a pain in the butt that was. I definitely took a wrong turn, and I don't know, the exclamation point was pointed in one direction. I don't know. Who knows what happened? Metal collector container is full. Is it the white lights or is it the orange light? Let's see. I think it's going to be the white lights. Maybe. No, yeah, it is. It's the white lights. There's definitely a
Flying creature approaches the airship.
flying creature approaches the airship. When you hear that, don't panic. Just look around, and you'll find it. Pull out your... It's got 3 things on it that you gotta take off.
Creature attached itself to the airship.
1, 2... That's not good. There. That's it. It's like a giant shrimp. That's what it looks like. Alright, back to it. Okay, so it's not that tower, even though that tower looks like, could have a lot of cool stuff on it. It's got a crashed... Find the Windfarm location, tower, landing site with airship wreck. That's definitely an airship wreck, is it not? That's definitely an airship wreck. But it's guiding me over here. Why is it guiding me over here? Lower landing site with airship wreck.
Unknown location reached.
That's weird. So this is the lower landing. Oh, here's the airship wreck right here. Okay, so that's a different airship wreck, I guess. And then this, these turbines, they all have copper in them. Those all have copper in them. This big tower we're next to, that's copper right there. Yeah, these are all gonna have... There's big copper right there. Heck yeah. So once you get to the wind farm, you'll see all the copper you need for a lot of stuff. Copper is definitely important. Okay.
Uncharted area. The preliminary analysis started.
Fix up our ship real quick.
Analysis completed. Detected new objects requiring scanning.
What else? What else is blue? See how it's orange right now? The patch is orange. If it turns blue, you need to repair that. Okay, that's it. Alright, pull out our scanner. These are the copper elements. And then we have another piece of copper, another different type of copper element. And then here we go. Turbine. Basic turbine. So all those pieces that I just got from the start of this video to now are pretty much the main pieces that are going to get you to kind of be set up for success. Don't like get super lost and don't try to land at every single tower you're near, every single thing you're near. You don't need to, especially early on, because you're just going to find a lot of repeats. Follow the objectives in the top left corner of your screen, and it will save you a ton of time. Don't spend a ton of time farming early on. You can, but you don't need to spend a ton of time, just enough to get the stuff you need. Just make the stuff you need, and that's it. And then you can take the time and farm later. I say that, and I'm one that spent a half hour, 40 minutes farming the first time I played. So, you know, do as I say, not as I do. Is that the saying? Give me all that copper. Give me all that good copper. That's it for stuff in here, yeah? Alright, so that's it for the shipwreck. We can research the turbine. And now that we did the turbine, we can go to the upper deck of this tower. We need transformer 1. Okay, so Back to your suit.
Hydration level is decreasing.
And now we need machine parts. Back to the suit. Kind of wish they were all available on this, so you didn't have to switch back and forth, but it is what it is.
Printing completed.
I want to make a second one. We need one more machine part and 4 copper elements.
Printing completed.
All right, we got our turbines now. And these, you just place like so.
Maximum flight altitude increased.
And since I'm on the legacy building mode, it's a little different,
Maximum flight altitude increased.
but that's how it's done. Let's go ahead and fuel up real quick. You do not need to fuel the turbines.
Printing completed.
All right, now we're high enough. These are the giant Windfarm propellers. Each of them have copper in them, so that's great. And this is also going to be the point where you want to research the hanging cabinet, because that stores way more stuff than these little tiny boxes. Am I off the edge anywhere? Right there. Come on. L1. There we go. Here's for some food while we're doing our thing. Metal cabinet should be buildable now. We need 1 copper element. Suit printer. There it is.
Printing completed.
Hey, look at that. That's our first piece of dust lettuce. And you cook that the same way. Okay, once you have your cabinet, we can also, now that we have the copper, go to your builder. Metal wall, we need 2 pieces of copper. 2 pieces of copper.
Calories level is decreasing.
Over here. Let's see, what side? This side should have them. 1. 2. Okay. Metal wall. And then you can hang 4 of these on a metal wall. And look at how much space you got. Love it. It's a lot of space. All right. Another battery for us. And we should maybe get some helium. Sometimes on these you find... Yeah, helium right there. Alright, so we're just going to make a quick pass through. I'm not going to farm any metals or anything. I'm just looking for important items. And fuel. Helium fuel, that's better fuel. Okay, here's a new item. Circuit board. So every computer tower will have one of those circuit boards in them. Helium, not helium, but yeah, helium, right? Helium. Helium. And then this is what these turbine things look like. These giant, giant propeller things with the copper in them. Sometimes you'll find like little machine parts and stuff on the ground, as well as the copper in these. Sometimes. All right, that's it for that one. It's good when you're climbing out around these. It's a good idea to save before, just in case, you know. Just in case you fall, like I said, when you fall, if you fall, you can exit to menu and or go press start, and then if you have to, you can just shut the game off and it'll reload your save before you get to the screen where it says you died, you know. Kind of like cheese in it. Just a little tip. Little tip. Just grab the main important stuff. Okay, we got another computer.
Encrypted data ready for research.
Oh, that's a bunch of stuff from that computer. Look at that. Look at that recipe. That list of recipes. Okay, that's it for here. Like, I would take all the glass and everything from here if I was worried about if this was my, like, real playthrough. How do I get back up to the top? And then you gotta check the other side. Copper. Copper. I think we're probably good for materials and stuff for the sake of the video. I just want to get to one more place and show you one more thing before we wrap up this extended video. Okay, we got to discoveries to find on Starwind Farm. It says 13 out of 14. Fly over the barrier and find the greenhouse tower. Okay, so now that we have our turbines, we can fly over the barrier, which we had just gotten stuck on. I think the whole point was for us to get stuck on the barrier and then for it to redirect us back toward the wind farm. Because I swear it was sending us in the wrong direction. Alright, which way are we going to go? We can't go through the height of the barrier, but we can go around this side, I think. Maybe it wants
Risk
to
of dehydration.
go to a certain part, though. Let's see. Let's see what part it wants us to go through. Oh, we can go right through here, I think. Maybe. Oh, yeah, we can go right through here. What is this? A giant piece of corn? Looks like a giant corn husk, doesn't it? What the heck? Yeah, it looks like a giant corn husk. What the heck? Alright, we're going over the barrier. There it is. I got it on autopilot right now. Turn that off. Look at this giant greenhouse.
Location reached.
This is Noah's giant greenhouse.
Uncharted area.
All right,
The
so
preliminary analysis started.
you see here, this is
Analysis
quite
completed. Detecting new objects requiring
quite the
scanning.
building. Tons of stuff to scan here and find. I'm not going to show you everything. I'm going to leave that for you to discover, but I do want to show you one thing. Okay? Make sure you scan this right here. Super important. Small backpack module. You want to get that because that will give you some much needed space. Okay? Make sure you grab everything. This right here is plant oil. This is going to be really, really important. So you're going to want to make a few bottles. Make a few of these empty bottles so that you can fill them like that. And then polymer, new item. Make sure you grab all of these that you find. More. I think that was it for this first cabin, right? Nope. Yeah, we got more to grab, so make a few bottles and then go ahead and head up, and you're gonna want to obviously grab everything in there. You see something new right there, which is a beehive. Do not let these things destroy you. They will take your health real quick. You see on the right side of the screen it says knife or crossbow, so you obviously can't take that down until you have the knife or crossbow. You're not going to find the knife or the crossbow here at this tower, the recipe for them most likely. So, you know, if you got to think about it like this, okay? If you're not able to do something at this tower and you've exhausted all docking planks, that thing's really cool. You put it on the side of your ship and it allows you to make a platform that extends out and gets you to higher places. It's pretty cool. But what I was saying is, if you get to a place and you're not able to enter an area, take down a beehive because you don't have a knife or a crossbow yet, then obviously you have to continue on and do other objectives, and then maybe you have to return. So don't get all bent out of shape if you're not able to figure out everything all at once, you know? There's a ton of stuff in this room. We got seeds, so we're gonna be planting, obviously. Grab everything you see. That's new advanced research part. That's huge.
Encrypted data ready for research.
Small cockpit, railing, ladder room, glass floor, ceiling, a window wall. There's the glass floor I was talking about earlier. Oil barrel.
The tool's battery discharged. The tool's battery discharged. The
Okay.
tool's battery discharged.
Okay. 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 So we got to go charge that up. That's my scanner that ran out. Of course, it ran out right when I... Oh, look at that. So these are new vegetables, but they're covered in a vine that you would need a knife. So, again, if you can't get the item because it's, you know, not here, then you're going to have to return it at some point. Alright, you hear those bees? I'll show you what happens when you get stung by them.
The immune system has dealt with viral infection.
So you don't want to get stung more than like once or twice, because you'll start taking like serious damage. The last thing I wanted to show you here is this right here. Okay? Obviously you can't get through here because you need a knife or a crossbow.
Calories level is decreasing.
So if you're not able to do something here, exhaust everything you can do, find everything you can do at this location, and then come back later. Okay, I'm not going to show you any of the other surprises, secrets, any of the other new stuff. I'm going to leave you to figure that out on your own. Enjoy the game. It's an absolute blast. I love it. I think the developers did a fantastic job, and it seems like they're only getting going. So this is really cool that 1.0 is finally available on PlayStation as well as on Steam. I can't wait to show everybody my airship design that I got on my main playthrough that I've been kind of putting together. So yeah, we're going to wrap it up there. We are at the greenhouse. This is where I'm going to leave you. The game gets 2 thumbs up from me. I'll leave links for everything down in the description. I'm Rise here on Nalio Gaming with Forever Skies on PlayStation 5 Pro. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.